Have you been wondering why your reality won't change? Why you're doing everything that you saw online, that you were told to manifest the reality that you want, but it's simply not working? You may have been doing this for years. You may have been doing this for longer than you can count. Yet the reality you want, the life you desire, it escapes you all the time. And this is because you're probably doing one of these four things, if not all of them, that are messing up your ability to manifest your desired reality and are messing up your ability to have the reality that you want. So let's get into it. So, four misconceptions that ruin your chance at abundance, really. So, first thing is only thinking positively. Now, this is prevalent throughout all new thought, which is not the same as new age. New thought is a different thing than new age, but it's prevalent throughout all new thought. You must think positively. If you think any negative stuff, it's going to entirely mess up your manifestations, and things that you think negatively about, they happen quicker and you're bringing them to you and you're attracting them to you. And listen, it's nonsense. It's, of course, probably more beneficial to you to think positively more often than negatively. But what the manifestation space tends to not pay attention to is actual psychology. Actual psychology, okay? So, what do I mean by this? It means that everybody has a different scientific psychological makeup. And this is heavily studied. Okay, there's 5 traits: openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. So, openness, most people that find manifestation content or spiritual content or new thought content, new age content, they're high in trait openness. They're fine to find new experiences. They're creative. They like to look at the world in a different way than what's typical. So they become incredibly attracted to manifestation content. Everybody in the manifestation niche is high in trait openness. I have never met anybody who isn't open to new ideas within the manifestation niche, because that's like a requirement to even fall into this sort of content and this sort of thinking. Then you have conscientiousness, which is basically your rate of giving a shit. Basically, like, it's associated with duty. It's associated with doing things well. It's associated with competence. So I'm very, very high in conscientiousness. I'm like 95th percentile or something like that. So I have a big problem when people can't do things properly, or I determine that people are incompetent. Like, it really, really bothers me. But that's okay. I learned to deal with it. I want things to be excellent, right? So that's kind of conscientiousness. But conscientious people are prone to guilt, which I'll talk about later. Then you have extroversion, which is, the person who's outgoing and happy like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They have a lot of usually positive energy and they're empowered amongst crowds of people, or empowered in groups. But what if you're introverted, right? A lot of manifestation content appeals to introverted people. And even like my clients and stuff that I deal with, they tend to be introverted because manifestation lets you be alone and be with yourself and be by yourself and rely entirely upon your own thoughts, right? Your own actions, all of that type of stuff. So it appeals a lot to people who are introverted, like myself. But there are obviously extroverted people who are able to change their reality. So there's that. Then we have agreeableness, which is your ability to get along with people, right? How likable are you? A lot of people that fall into manifestation, they are very agreeable and they let people walk over them a lot and they're not very skeptical. Me, on the other hand, I'm quite low in agreeableness. It doesn't mean I'm a bad person. It just means I'm not instantaneously going to say yes to what somebody presents to me or instantaneously believe something. I'm skeptical, right? And that's also part of the reason why I can look at certain things within manifestation and be like, well, this probably is not correct. It doesn't mean that manifestation doesn't work, which I'm going to get to, but I'm skeptical and I analyze things incredibly deeply. If you've seen the rest of my content, you'll know this. I analyze things incredibly well and I break things down into certain ways. So that's agreeableness, your ability to get along with people, basically, and your rate of skepticism. So People in manifestation tend to be highly agreeable. And then here's the most important one when it comes to this positive thought stuff. Neuroticism. Okay, neuroticism is your propensity to have negative emotions or to think negatively about things. Now, this is not something that people can like help. This is something that is biological within you and psychological within you. So if you're higher in trait neuroticism, you're going to be more susceptible to negative thought and negative emotion. Does that mean that you can't manifest because you're neurotic? It doesn't make sense. If it works, it must work for all people in terms of what manifestation is. It should work for all people, regardless of your different psychological traits. So if you're high in neuroticism, you're going to have more negative thoughts than positive thoughts a lot of the time. And then the manifestation people will tell you, well, now you can't manifest because you don't think positively. It's bullshit. It's nonsense. Okay. If you're higher in neuroticism, you actually just need to use your neurotic thoughts to get what you want out of reality. Instead of being like, oh, I desire this amazing thing, it's going to help you more to think about what you don't want. It's going to help you more to think about, I don't want to be sick and unhealthy. I don't want to be broke. I don't want this terrible thing to happen to me. And let me tell you something. Neuroticism can actually be quite powerful as a motivator. The things that you don't want in your life can actually be quite motivating and quite inspiring, actually. So when I used to work as a sound engineer, I had a client who was high on drugs. I made a video about it already. And yeah, crazy story. But he basically tried to kill me in my studio, okay? And I was incredibly motivated and incredibly inspired to live because of a negative thing that would have happened, okay? So what you don't want can push you a lot to get what you do want. So if you have certain emotions, you just need to use them. Every emotion is fuel. Every emotion can be utilized to assist you. So that's the first thing. You don't only have to think positively. If you do have negative thoughts, all you need to do is use them as fuel. Every emotion is a gift, okay? Secondly, you think there's some magic technique that you're missing, something that you're missing, that you're doing incorrectly that's causing you to not manifest what you want. What's over here? Listen, there is no technique. The technique is whatever works for you. Some people, for instance, I'm in the business world. I follow a lot of business creators. I know the stories of a lot of business people. So I bring up someone like Alex Hormozy, who's worth hundreds of millions of dollars at this point. He doesn't believe in manifestation at all. But manifestation is simply taking what's in your mind and bringing it into reality. So he had the mind to build successful businesses. He had the imagination to build successful businesses, and then he did things to bring them into reality. He doesn't believe in manifestation. So how did he manifest it? Because that's all it is, taking what's imagined and theoretical and bringing it into reality. So how do you do it? He just did it his way. He just took action. He just worked. He just learned about business, got mentorship, made mistakes, and he manifested hundreds of millions of dollars in business. So what's his technique? His technique is work. You're over here watching all these techniques like, yo, do this and it manifests in 2 days. The reason you watch those videos is because you think you're doing something incorrectly. You think you're doing something wrong, right? When in reality, you just need to take action. And action is never sexy to people. Action doesn't sell. That's why all the other content that you're watching, it never tells you to take action. It tells you just think and sit in your house and don't do anything. Because it's not sexy. It doesn't sell. It's hard to sell telling people to actually do something with their life. That's how you manifest, right? Because we do live in a spiritual, mental, and physical world, which means there will be a physical component to whatever it is that you want. Don't worry about technique. Don't worry about journaling. Don't worry about affirmations. Don't worry about meditation. If you want to do any of these things, it's fine. Whatever works for you, it's fine. Okay? But just understand, the best way to manifest is to think about what you want in reality and then go do something to make it happen. That's practical manifestation, okay? You don't have to worry about technique. It keeps you on a hamster wheel. Oh, this is the new thing. 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 How's that been working for you? Did you get your millions of dollars yet doing the new thing and the new thing and the new thing and the new thing? The reason this happens is because manifestation is a niche. So when you're within a niche and you need to create content, you're going to come up with all kind of fanciful things to tell people. And I understand this because I'm on YouTube, so I get it, right? Somebody asked me the other day, they're like, yo, what's your channel really about? And I thought about it and I'm like, I am the no nonsense manifestation guy. I am the no nonsense esoteric guy. I will tell you the truth about how this stuff operates. I'm not going to put veils over your eyes and then you run around for 20 years not being able to change your life. Because I've changed my life. I've gone from incredibly broke. I did not grow up with money. There was times we didn't have heat in the winter. There was times my mom took money from my piggy bank because she couldn't afford groceries. There were times I didn't have Christmas presents. I've slept on the basement floor, broke. I've changed my life. Okay, I became a top 1% earner. So I know what it actually takes to change your life, to manifest a new life. That's why I'm the no-nonsense guy for this. So if you want the truth, which sometimes will bother you, but will eventually help you once you're over it, you listen to me. So, number three. Number three is that you don't empower yourself. What do I mean by this? It's not really a misconception, but it's something that you're not doing. You're thinking that you only need to live in your head, okay? This is the misconception, only living in your head. When there are 7 areas of empowerment in your life, and these areas are mind, because everything does begin with your mind, but your health, your relationships, your income, your wealth, your influence, and your spirituality. Spirituality is last. The other 6 influence the spirituality. So, yeah, it's fine for manifestation people to sit and live in their head and think positive things and think about what they want and connect to the emotions, et cetera, et cetera. It's fine for them to do that. But then when it comes time to taking care of your health, you're neglecting your health. You don't work out. You don't take care of your body. We live in a physical, mental, and spiritual plane. The more empowered your body is, the more empowered the rest of your life will be. Your relationships, so many people, they have terrible relationships. They don't speak to their parents. They don't speak to their friends. They don't have anybody significant in their life. They don't have a network of people to assist them because manifestation has made you isolated and broke. I made a video about that. It's made you isolated and broke because it's made you think that you can only just sit in your house and only rely upon you. Yes, your reality does require you. It requires your mind. It requires your action. You're responsible for your life, but you can't do it alone. Nobody's done it alone. Nobody has achieved anything significant by themselves. Even you watching this YouTube video is you looking for counsel from other people to assist you. You watching all these YouTube videos is you looking for counsel from other people to assist you. You're not doing it by yourself. If you read a book, this is just the consciousness of somebody else put into pages that you read. You're not doing it by yourself. Do you understand? You can't do it by yourself. You are not going to significantly change your life on your own. Sorry. It's going to require your effort. It's going to require your work, and it's going to require you to have a network of people to assist you. For some people, their network is all the books they've read. It's still a network. Okay? And that network will be even better if you start meeting some actual real people who can assist you. That's a big part of my program, The Next Realm. Link is in the description for that, so you can stop being isolated and use your mind to start making money and put things into the world that people actually want to buy and actually change your financial reality, actually manifest a new financial reality. So that's relationships. Then you have income, which I just told you about. You got to make money. If you're not making money, you're going to be incredibly disempowered. Wealth is your ability to sustain your lifestyle without income. Wealth is incredibly important because it gives you longer time horizons and it makes you not be in survival mode all the time. When you're in survival mode, you can't even think. You can't even think about what you can do to change your life. And then we have influence. Right? And if you have influence, you're incredibly empowered. Influence is honestly even more powerful than income Because if you have influence, you can get income. And if you have influence, the people who have income and who have wealth and want to have more of it will actually reach out to you because you have influence amongst people, which can make them money and make you money. So influence is incredibly powerful. And then all of that together creates spirituality. Spirituality is your ability to change reality. You're not spiritual if you're not able to take actions to change your reality. If you're over here with all the crystals in the world and all the meditations in the world and all the sage in the world and all the whatever else it is you do, which I don't knock, it doesn't matter, do what you want to do. But spirituality is your ability to change reality. When you're empowered, you change reality. So stop just only relying on sitting in your house and using only your mind to just try and get everything, because it's not going to work. Like I said, it begins in the mind, but it doesn't end in the mind. The mind is a cause, right? And then everything else in your reality is an effect. So you got to think properly, right? And then take actions within the physical plane to change your life. So that was number 3. Number 4 is incredibly important. Number 4 is that you think solely words are going to change your life. And here's what I mean by this. Words are powerful, right? What you say is powerful. But words will always be tested. Eventually in your life, your words will be tested. And when that test comes, if you haven't taken the actions to back up those words, you will flounder, or you will be found to be a fraud, or you will fail. So why do I say this, that you can't only rely on your words and your thoughts? Why do I say this? Because you watch all these people and they speak, right? I'm on YouTube, I'm speaking. You watch all these people and they speak. But you need to ask yourself, what are they doing? What are their motor actions? Because those are the things that are actually changing their lives. Not just what they say, what they do. You watch everybody on YouTube. You watch all the manifestation stuff. You watch me, right? What do I do? Because I don't just sit in my house and meditate and think. I make YouTube videos. I have an email list. I have offers that I sell people. I have a network through the next realm, which I sell. I have one-to-one coaching, which I sell. What do I do? You understand? What do these people you watch, what do they do? They make content. And then from that content, they get attention. And from that attention, they sell people things and they manifest money. Oh, wow. Funny how that works. They have conferences and they have seminars and they have courses and they have coaching like I have. And they manifest money. You have to look at the process of what people are doing. You can't just listen to what they say. The speaking is just to be able to get in front of you, to actually carry out the actions to make the money and to be abundant, quote unquote abundant. Look at what people do and not what they say. Okay? This is why I'm very transparent about my past, guys. Very, very transparent about my past on this channel. I first made significant amounts of money managing models within the OnlyFans business. And I stopped doing that because it struck me with guilt. Like I talked about, conscientiousness. I'm prone to guilt. There were other people in that business who I taught who made way more money than me. Way more money than me. Why? Because they weren't guilty. I saw things that no woman or man mentally should ever deal with, through the customers and the models, that I just think no one should ever deal with, you know? So that's why I maneuvered away from it and scaled it down, you know? So I'm very transparent about that because I don't want skeletons in the closet and I want people to understand what I have done. Because if somebody wants to run off and go do what I did, I can't be mad at them. I can't wrong them. They're being intelligent. They're doing what I did. But now I'm more on my purpose, mission, and vision, which is this, which is showing you guys how to change your reality. The most money I ever made was from teaching people, was from educating people. It wasn't from selling explicit content, okay? It was from teaching. It was from taking everything I learned in that business and applying it to other people's businesses. I took things that I learned from that business, taught it to somebody who worked for a telecommunications company, and he went from a 50K salary to a 100K salary with what I taught him. And I said, wait, I learned this from the adult business. How the hell did I teach him this? And then he doubled his salary. And I thought, you know what, maybe I can help other people, other entrepreneurs, other people in business, even other people at their job, just through some of the things I've learned of attention and influence and staffing and making money and all these different things. And that's what I did. So now there's people in the next realm making thousands upon thousands of dollars of sales. Had a guy do 20K in 1 week because I transferred those skills over. I did something. You have to do something. Okay? So stop taking in what people say and using it to feel good and motivate yourself. And then you need the next week to run along and come and realize whatever they taught you this week didn't work. It didn't manifest in 2 days. Sorry. So now you need to come find out why it didn't manifest in 2 days. And then next week, you're going to have to come find out why it didn't manifest in 3 days. Yo. Like I said, I'm the no-nonsense guy, huh? I'm the no-nonsense guy. There will be other people in the niche who see me and be like, screw this guy. He's wrong. Fine. That's the law of polarity. What I do believe in is the laws of the universe, the universal laws. That's what I do believe. So they're just proving me right when they disagree with me. That's the law of polarity. So those are your misconceptions. And you need to sort them out. You don't only have to think positively, okay? Technique doesn't matter. I don't remember what number 3 was, but roll it back. And number 4 is look at what people do and not what they say. So, with that being said, if you want to learn a business that's been around for thousands of years, an ancient business based in universal laws, which will print you money, check out this video. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.